Emperor penguins. Emperor penguins is a distinct type penguin as far as their size and breeding are concerned. Emperor penguins is the tallest and the heaviest penguins among all of them. They are endemic to Antarctica, which means they live in Antarctica. These lofty-made flightless birds are more than 120 centimeters or 48 inches in their height and measure. So they're 4 feet tall and measure from 22 to 48 kilograms or 49 to 99 pounds. So they weigh between 50 and 100 pounds. The males and females of emperor penguins are similar in their plumage, which means feathers, as well as in their size. Their head and back are black in color, and the belly is white in color. They have a pale yellow shading breast area and bright yellow ear patches. Their chicks are ashy white except for the black color head, beak, and eyes. The length of the beak in an adult would be around 8 centimeters, and the lower mandible, bottom part of their jaw, can be pink, orange, or lilac. They are carnivorous animals and forage for crustaceans and cephalopods in the temperature marine waters. Their breeding is noteworthy to observe, as males incubate the eggs while females are off foraging during the whole incubation period. The only penguin species that breeds during the Antarctic winter, emperor penguins trek 50 to 120 kilometers or 30 to 75 miles over the ice of breeding colonies which can contain up to several thousand individuals. The female lays a single egg, which is incubated for just over 2 months by the male, while the female returns to the sea. So the dad takes care of the baby for 2 months on his foot underneath his pouch, while the mom is off in the sea getting the food. During all of this time, the male never takes his body off the egg. Parents subsequently take turns foraging at sea and caring for their chicks in the colony. So once the egg is hatched and mom returns, the parents take turns going and getting food, but not until. While hunting, the species can remain submerged up to 18 minutes, diving to depths of 534 meters or 1,755 feet. It has several adaptations to facilitate this, including an unusually structured hemoglobin to allow it to function at low oxygen levels. So that means their blood is adept to have very little oxygen to it. So they have solid bones to reduce barotrauma, which means they're strong bones so that they won't break and they won't get crushed by the weight of the water, and the ability to reduce its metabolism and shut down non-essential organ functions, so they can shut down other organs other than their heart and blood flow. The lifespan is typically 20 years in the wild, although observations suggest that some individuals may live up to 50 years of age. So the emperor penguin is Happy Feet and his dad, and his mom is off in the wild. So the big colonies of dads waiting for their wives to come back. Emperor penguins' chicks have black masks on their face with white around their eyes and gray bodies. The approximate body shape is an upside-down light bulb. Okay. The emperor penguins and the king penguins, are they the same? No, but emperor and king penguins belong to the same genus, which means they belong to the same scientific family. They are similar in appearance as far as head coloring. They are the largest emperor and the second largest king. So you have to remember the emperor is over the king on everything. Both species do not build a nest, but rather incubate their eggs by holding the egg on top of their feet underneath the flap of skin. Geographically, emperor penguins live in Antarctica, while kings live on subantarctic islands. For example, South Georgia Island and Macquarie Island. So the emperors like to be really cold, and the kings like it to be chilly. Breeding habits differ as emperor penguins breed every 12 months, while kings require 16 months to raise a chick. So the emperor, the bigwig, gets a new wife every year. The king has to stay with his for almost a year and a half. The king penguin is approximately 25% shorter and weighs around 1/3 less than the emperor penguin. Emperor penguins have a much smaller surface area to volume ratio, allowing them to live in a more polar climate and endure Antarctic blizzards. King penguins are not adapted to survive such harsh winters. King penguin chicks are born brown and go through a teenage awkwardness as adult blacks and white feathers grow in underneath and they shed their brown fluffy down. King penguins, scientific name is, I'm not even going to try to say that, they have a very large body. In fact, it is the second largest among penguins. Their body weight ranges from 9.3 to 18 kilograms, 21 to 40 pounds. So they are legal to drink and mom's age on their weight, okay? And they are about 70 to 100 centimeters, which they are 28 to 39 inches tall. So 1 day less than your birthday, 28, and 1 year less than me on my age, 39, is their height. This is between their head and feet. Their head is blackish brown, back is silver grayish black, belly is white, and ear patches are bright golden orange in color. The coloration includes bright yellow or bright golden yellow shading or orange tinges marking around their neck and chest area. However, these shadings are more yellowish in immature birds. Nevertheless, newly hatched chicks are mostly light brown in color. The plumage differs slightly between male and female, as females have more orange tinged markings around the neck and chest area than males do, which is unusual because most birds, the guy is cuter than the girl, but the king penguin, the girl's got a little bit more makeup on than they do. King penguins has a long and black bill, which is about 12 to 13 centimeters long, so it's almost a foot long, which is 12 centimeters long, almost a foot long. In addition, their beak is slender and curved downwards. Moreover, their lower mandible has a pink or orange color mandible plate. Their webbed feet, along with a streamlined body, helps to swim fast and easy. King penguins are carnivores, and they feed on fish, squid, and some crustaceans. King penguins mainly eat lanternfish, squid, and krill. On foraging trips, the king penguin repeatedly dives to over 100 meters, or 300 feet, and have been recorded at depths greater than 300 meters, which is 1,000 feet. They breed with only one faithful mate each year. They only have one wife, and their breeding cycle is 14 to 16 months long. The female penguin lays one pyriform or pear-shaped white egg weighing 2/3 a pound. It is essentially soft, but hardens and darkens to a pale greenish color. It measures around 3.9 inches to 2.8 inches. The eggs is incubated for around 55 days, with both birds sharing incubation in shifts for 6 to 18 days each. Like the closely related emperor penguin, the king penguin balances the eggs on its feet and incubates it in a brood pouch, or the fat pouch underneath its belly on top of its feet. The average lifespan of a king penguin is 15 to 20 years in the wild. Okay, so we know that the king penguin changes off and on incubating the egg with its wife, where the emperor penguin only does the daddy. We know that the king penguin, it takes them 4 to 6 months to have the egg. 14 to 16 months to have the egg. And it takes them 55 days for the egg to hatch. We know the emperor penguins, it takes them, oh good Lord, It takes 2 months for the egg to hatch for the emperor penguin. So 2 full months for the emperor penguin and only 55 days for the king penguin's babies to hatch. But the emperor is only with his female for 1 year because he's the top dog, and the king penguin stuck with his for almost a year and a half. The emperor penguin can dive super deep, and their body is made for these things. They have all those unique characteristics. They can go all the way up to 1,755 feet. That's amazing. The king penguin, he can't go quite as deep. He can only go to 300 feet. But if he's really, really strong, he can go down to 1,000. But that's not usual. The king penguin's babies are awkward teenagers. And the emperor penguins, they are absolutely adorable. Emperor penguin is Happy Feet. King penguin is the penguins you find at the St. Louis Zoo.